So one thing that I think would be really useful to do in order to progress on through our series is to get into potion making. So you can see here I've laid a little bit of an area out, and what we're going to do today is start off by making a Nether Wart farm. So that's going to be the focus of today's episode. Obviously potion making is going to be the end goal, but we're going to look to do that probably in the next episode. Obviously we need a lot of Nether Wart to actually get into making potions, so that's kind of where we're going to start out today. So I've got some materials here to build out of. This is all the Nether Wart I have, which is another reason why having a farm would be quite useful, and obviously the blocks you can get from it as well. So we want to automate this as much as possible, but it's not going to be too OP in terms of it's going to be really just what we need it to be. So this is the area that it takes up, and we've got like a flat area here, so it seemed like a good place to do it. So I'm going to go get all the redstone components and stuff like that I need, and then when we come back I'll show you guys how to build it. So this line of stone brick right here is going to be the wall, and then the farm's going to go in the middle here, and then this will be the next wall here. Now it probably won't be stone brick when it's all done, but that's just sort of my market for now. So what we need to do is if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 there, a couple of blocks in the middle, and there'll be 8 there as well. I measured all this out before, and we want to come all the way across here like this with these. Now these blocks can be built out of anything if you're building this at home. Really you're not going to see them or anything, so it doesn't matter. So then you want to get dispensers. Now I've got 10 here at the moment just to show you. So we're going to have the dispensers along here like this, and they're going to shoot water down to harvest this farm in this direction and also in this direction. So we'll place down here as well. So obviously I'm going to need a couple more, and I'll go make those up in a second. But basically the soul sand will be in here and also in here, and then all of the Nether Wart, once it's ready to be harvested, is going to get pushed, like washed away that way, and I'll collect it all in the end, and I'll show you guys how to do all of that. But that's why the dispensers are here. So you need 10 water buckets as well, or however many water buckets you need for the number of dispensers you use, because you could make the system bigger. But yes, that's how we're going to do that, and fill each one with a water bucket. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to go ahead and put down the soul sand, because you guys don't need to see me do that, and also fill in these dispensers. Then we'll look at how we wire this up, and how we're going to collect that Nether Wart once it's ready. Well, this is what we have so far, guys. Everything's kind of in place right there. So we've got the soul sand here. This is where the Nether Wart's going to be planted. And basically, if we flick this button right here, you'll see that all of these dispensers are powered. The water flows right to the end. So if we chuck any items in here like this, essentially what they will do is flow right off here onto the edge, and we have some water streams coming back around here like this to collect the Nether Wart once it's obviously ready to be harvested. If we flick the button again, it'll pick all of that up, and then we'll have to go and manually replant, which I'm not too worried about. So one thing to say as well, at the moment, obviously when you walk across soul sand it is very slow, but with the soul speed enchantment coming out when 1.16 is fully released, you'll be able to walk across that really quickly, so the actual replanting will not be too difficult at all. So I know some systems in the past that have done soul sand farms have used minecarts, but for that reason I decided I wouldn't go down that route. I'd keep things pretty simple. Now I do want to decorate this still and make it look a little bit better than it does, because at the moment it's just basically the farm with no sort of decoration. So I'm going to look at doing that, and also putting the water systems in around the side. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and plant all of my Nether Wart as well, because that can be growing obviously while I'm working on the farm, and we can start our production of Nether Wart, which is pretty useful. And obviously, as I say, that will allow us to get into potions and things like that. So Nether Wart grows really quickly, which is actually it's pretty cool when you're trying to get a lot of it. So you can see here we've got a bit of like an outer rim now around the sides and front of this farm, going around like this. If I jump up here, you see I only recently planted this, and a lot of it is like fully grown or thereabouts, which is pretty cool. But basically, if we just run over to the edge here, you'll see that when the water is released from the dispensers, it'll wash everything down here. Then it'll go around in these water streams here like this. And if we go back to the start, which is hard because I'm on soul sand, we can go down here, down this ladder here, and there's a chest there where everything will collect. So to see that in action very quickly, this build is not done aesthetically, by the way. I'm not leaving it looking like this, but it's done in terms of its functionality. So we just hit the button. There we go. Everything's getting washed away there. Now this is good to know. Okay, so this stuff ended up here. We need to put something on top of these to prevent that from happening then, I guess. So I'll figure that out. Anyway, hit the button again. That'll pick up the water. I'll just grab these for now. Oh, okay, this is something else I was worried about. Doesn't seem to be a big problem, but this one has got stuck here because I am using fence around the perimeter. If I lose one like that, not a big deal, because I'm probably going to replant afterwards every time anyway. So, you know, coming and picking one up isn't too bad. There's another one there, too. Yeah, I'll see how that goes in practice when I'm actually using it. As I say, I'm not worried about like 100% efficiency with this. But there we go. So this is what we've got, this much back. So after recording this episode, I decided that what I would do is wait for the Nether Wart farm to actually be completely filled, as it is right now. Everything here is fully grown. Do a harvest and see what we get. Because I know you guys be interested to know sort of the exact rates for this. So we're going to have a look at that now. Let's pick these buckets up. Just a little side note there, you want to leave the buckets for a second when you do, get them shooting the water out, because you want that water to have a little bit of time to wash all of the nether wart down into the trays here. So I'm just picking all this up. I would normally just wait and pick it up as I was planting, but as we're trying to do a count as to exactly how much netherrack we've got, we're going to kind of need every bit. So I think that's all of it that's here. So let's now go I should say, and grab this here. There we go. Okay, so basically we need about, what is it, 80, 160. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this right here gives us 49. So that's the profit. I think that's right. Let's make sure nothing's kind of stuck here. So I was playing around with this design, guys, and I figured the rates were not very good at all, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong. Then I realized that if we just go down in here, we have this problem. So the water here is pooling and netherrack's getting stuck there and not getting picked up. The same is happening over here. You can see we've got some water, some netherrack there. Yeah, it's just a little bit of a pain. So what I need to do is try and get myself out of here. Here we go. Okay. Let's maybe try and get rid of that one as well. Okay. Now I think if I place a sign up here, yep, that should take care of that. Then I need to get myself down in there. Okay, place a sign. Let's see, up in here. Yeah, so just to show some cam so you guys make sure, you don't have the same problem. Now, this should be fine. If you do have any problems with this little bit, if anything's getting stuck here or potentially here, one way around that is to put ice down. Of course, I'm doing this in kind of an elaborate way with the item shooting up. You may not do it the same way. So, yeah, just make sure if the rates don't look right, just make sure you've tested everything. And it wasn't going to swim against that, so we're just going to go up here. Mine this out. There we go. Okay, so what I did is I waited until the netherrack farm was completely full, and as you can see, the rates are a lot better. Now, I did a clip in the video, which I'm not sure whether I include or not. It depends how I edit this. But basically, I thought I'd only profited by about this much, about 100, right? So actually, we need, what is it, 160. So 60, 120, roughly this much. So the actual profit is more like this. Okay, now that is obviously a huge difference to just 100, as you can see right there. We've in fact got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, over 5 stacks profit. This is rough, but that's a lot more like it than what we had before. So if you're finding you're not getting the best rates yourself, do make sure you check like I just did, that nothing's getting stuck there. You want to make sure all your items are obviously coming up to you. Now that we have it, that's awesome, but that's going to be about it for today, because project done, right? So as always, guys, if you enjoyed the episode, if you liked it, please do consider liking and subscribing. It really is greatly appreciated. But for me, for this one, that's about it. So as always, guys, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.